everyone. It is Self Care Sunday, Self Care Edition. How are you tonight? What are you and you, but especially you, grateful for this Sunday evening? I know what a lot of you are grateful for this Sunday evening. I don't even think I need to ask, but I do ask. I do ask what you are thinking about it. Tell me what you are grateful for. That is what I want to know. I am grateful to be here with you tonight. I am grateful for how you are acted as humans. I mean, 99%. Hey, Carrie, how are you? How are things in Florida? I am thankful for the 99%, not the 1%, not even the half percent, is what I am grateful for. I am grateful for people. And adversity actually brings out the real in people and the finest in people. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That is what we are talking about tonight. This Sunday, the 25th of February, the 25th of February. It really does. I mean, this shows you true strength of people. It shows you true strength of character. It shows you how people are, how they really are. Got to plug in one here. One battery was low, but it really does. Um, and who do you want on your side? Who do you want on your team? As we contemplate that, is what I think about. And the strength in that. Hey, we are broadcasting tonight like we do every time on both Facebook and YouTube. Facebook, YouTube. I'm right there. I am right there. I am, and I am grateful to be there. And Cassandra's got the link there for you to YouTube if you have any problems with Facebook. Hop on over. Hop on over. Well, let's get hopping tonight. I will start with our year of positive thinking, and we are on the 25th, so let's flip forward. Every single moment matters. I love how these always speak to the right moment. Every moment matters, not just the big ones, but all ones. The irrelevant ones, the quiet ones. All these moments add up to a life well lived. Don't take the presumably unimportant moments for granted. Look for them and treasure them instead. Listen for words unspoken. Notice the quick glance. Feel the soft walk, the sadness, the magical sweet spots between tiny and massive moments are your life. Don't forget to pay attention to them. In the end, this is really all we have. There we go. Hey, April, how are you? You stuck in there. Laurel's stuck in there. Vacationing Laurel. Vacationing slash still working. I love how you carried, I feel like you carried a cardboard cutout of Ben with you on your trip. Because he's just like, when Flat Stanley goes on a trip, I feel like Ben is there. And all of a sudden, you have all these pictures, you're out with the ladies, you're doing all sorts of things, and then there's a picture of Ben. And I know he's really there with you for part of this trip, but that's how it almost feels. Hey, Michelle, it's great to have you guys in Virginia. So we are talking about what these back and forth. Must be nice to live like Ben. So it's closer to what I actually said. Kind of is like Flat Stanley. Um, it has been unique. It has been an amazing week. You have all learned so much this week. We're going to talk about that tonight a little bit because as much as this issue is over, there's stuff we learned from it. There is stuff we learn, and these lessons are so incredibly important. The lessons in how we treat other people, the lessons of who goes into battle with us, who cares, who gives a damn. okay, and does things, okay, because there's been all sorts of accusations. That big company bought everything up, and that's why it is. Well, it's these people that made it happen. Russell, Angel, Jason, um, Sean, Billy, Eric, Chris, on and on. Verity, all these people at Sean, all these people at Resale World were just doing nothing, and their families were doing nothing but working on this. Hey, Kitty, how are you? And yes, I'm talking about it. You were unaffected by it. Great. But you could be affected by it. And that's why we're talking about it, because it's not just Resale World. We have this connected society. We have this electronic society. Many of you were affected by the cellular outage this week. There's all sorts of things that can happen. This week alone, in my own locations, but to give context to what the adversity that we worked through. So they worked through no system, so no inventory management system. Okay, one location lost partial power. Okay, and then to top it all off, when everything was back to normal, then they lost their internet. And I get a text. Uh, right. Well, yeah. I mean, and I disagree sometimes with Kate in today's society on that point. But the understanding that her point is not lost on me of knowing how to do it manually. Quite honestly, in my own stores, okay, we have down procedures. We have procedures. Okay, they know what to do when things don't work. Okay, take people's money, take people's stuff. Do not stop. We don't stop for nothing. Actually, we had another store in our shop on Sunday, and they're like, "How are you doing business? The worldwide outage of Resale World. How the heck are you doing this?" And they were there basically taking notes. But I was in my stores last Sunday just because it was entering day two. And so I thought it important for me to actually go. And you know that I'm only in my stores maybe once a month, maybe once a month. And I went in there just to make sure everything was working as it was because I knew at that point this was going to be an extended outage and everything with it. And my team was just doing it. They were executing the plan. They were executing the plan. They did not need me. They did not need me. I was actually, which was wonderful because that allowed me to help so many other stores and be on the phone with them. Um, technology, people have been like, I wouldn't be on the cloud. I want a desktop. I want this. Well, anybody that sells home decor, will tell you that people bring in a lot of picture frames to consign. And do you sell a lot of picture frames? No. But people will bring in a lot of picture frames. Actually, a lot of picture frames you'll get consigned. And or they'll attempt to consign. And nobody values their pictures until their phone dies. As soon as their phone dies, oh my God, my phone! My phone died. How am I supposed to get my pictures? All my pictures, my babies are on there. Okay, how am I supposed to get my pictures? They start freaking out because their phone died or they dropped their phone in a puddle. Okay, and they didn't back up their pictures. These guys had a technical failure. It was awful. I mean, it sucked. I mean, I can't sugarcoat that part of it. Okay, I wouldn't sugarcoat that part of it. But the reality is, okay, they learned from it. They had systems in place, but more than anything, they had a good backup of your data. With most store owners, if you think about it, and all the times that, had things like those, anybody that's been in business before you backed up to the cloud, okay, you used to back up to floppy disks and zip drives and tape. I remember tape when you used to back up to tape. I can actually even remember backing. I'm old enough to even remember backing up the cassette tape. when that was a thing. Okay, and you'd have data on cassette tape. Okay, that is how old I am. Okay, and I got people on here that are asking what cassette tape is. Hey, Michelle, how are we? Did not stop, right? You don't stop. People don't care. Your customer doesn't care. Okay, they'll even commiserate with you, but they care about their own purchases, their own lives, their own problems. Do not make your problems their problem. And so, that is incredibly important. Hey, Julie Kinkowitz, great to have you here live tonight. I hope all is well in Illinois. Uh, yeah, Kitty, AT&T was out for almost 4 hours one day. And, people were losing their minds. I mean, and I know new people that have gone to Resale World this week for their cloud service. They're like, holy crap, my provider doesn't take care of me this way. Like I know stores that have told me they signed up for Resale World this week because of this. Okay, because of this response. 8 floppy disks each night. Yeah, I mean these are real things. So the fact that all this is happening in the background, okay, the way things can go out, okay, there are more connection points. There are more little break points. And I wish I had a good well, it's like this pen. Okay, I'll use my pen analogy. There's more things that can go apart. It's disconnected in our interconnected world. There's more things disconnected when everything's connected. Maybe you use appointments and use an online scheduler. Maybe you use and that's down. Maybe power in part of your store goes down. Maybe you have a leak. Okay. When you talk about uptime and everything, the fact even on an annualized basis, even on a monthly basis this week is still 75% uptime. Still 75% uptime if you count February, and that's a short month. Okay, nobody wants to say I only got a C in uptime. But when you take out the time longer than that, it's even better. Your gas fireplace stopped working, but that's probably non-related. Yes, I don't think that's related. It has been amazing the things that people have freaked out about this week. And I get it. I get it. They have freaked out, okay, because they didn't have another plan. They didn't even have a good plan. They only knew the one way. And so executing a plan, okay, is so important. Training for this is so important. Training your people, having the systems in place, but also training your people so it does not have to be you. Okay, this is actually, I know some of you are already signed up for our April conference in April. Well, I'm not talking about April. I'm talking about the next level resale conference in April from the 21st to the 23rd. Okay, is all about procedures and policies. How do you create a procedure that is just executable? Okay, when it doesn't have time to fail. The procedures we're teaching, okay, I mean, Angie is like wicked on top of this because of her 911 experience. You don't train in a 911 world, you train for every emergency. Okay, the ones that you don't expect. You constantly are training and working on those procedures. You're testing them. You're training them for how we never go down. But if we get down, okay, this is how you do things. This is how you break it down so anybody, even your new employee, would understand. I mean, there is a reason. Okay, you have McDonald's, okay, which is has tens of thousands of locations around North America. Tens of thousands. I don't know the exact count, but lots and lots of locations around North America. They are all run by King, especially at night. Okay, especially when there's a crisis. There's not a crisis because the procedures are so simple to follow, and that is what we're going to be teaching in April. is that type of resiliency, that type of Angie's going to be pushing at you to that your procedure isn't good enough. Okay, your procedure of how you open, of how you run your store, of how you ring a sale, of how you ring a sale when you're down, of how you take consignment, of how you process a consignment. It needs to be that simple because then it's onboarding people. Then it's onboarding the right person with the right smile. Then it is training the right volunteer if you are a not for profit. Then it is just bringing your world forward. And that's I it's really kind of funny because Andy's like, okay, not coming from the 911 world, uh, you break it down. I mean, he beats what out of me for breaking down the procedures. Uh, uh, yes, profit. Well, I mean, it makes it profitable. Okay, when you have it that simplistic. Okay, when you get simple, because it's not about the person; it's about the process. Okay, it's not about the teenager that works about McDonald's; it's about the process of making fries. Okay, this is how you do it. Okay, that's why you can go into any McDonald's anywhere in the country and they make fries the same way. It's not Sue's way of making fries; it's McDonald's way of making fries. Okay, it's in your store, Michelle. It's the Michelle's way of doing things. Michelle's way of greeting customers. It's the Michelle way of taking customers around the store. It's the Michelle way of a perfect purchase. It's the Michelle way of accepting consignments, not Susie's way or Sally's way, or a different way when somebody else is working. And as we work on resiliency, because you have to be more resilient. There are going to be outages, and I'm not saying resale world is going to go down like this. Quite honestly, the lessons they've learned from this are going to make them incredibly stronger. There's not going to be a more a better software to be with after what they just went through and the lessons they learned. Um, but things go down, your internet goes down, your power goes out, you get a leak, a car drives through your store, um, an employee lights their dumpster on fire, a customer's water breaks in the middle of your store, they pass out. These are all disruptions. Okay. So, how are you going to be not let the disruptions disrupt your business? How are you not going to let the disruptions disrupt your business? Because the disruptions are going to come. The disruptions are going to be there. There are going to be things that knock your day off. You're like, really? Okay. But how do you let that just be, whatever. Whatever. It's just another day. It's just another day. Things happen. Okay. They happen for you. They happen to raise you up. They happen to challenge you. This was a challenging week, and it was regardless of your software platform. Because I took calls from everybody, not just cloud people, not people on Liberty Cloud. I took calls from people on Simple Consign, on Consign Pro, on Ricochet. I took calls from people on Desktop Liberty, okay, who were not affected about this, who were all worried about, well, how can this affect me? Right, you end up in the hospital. Okay, so we've had this week. I mean, sadly today, even, I mean, many of you know the passing of Jeff Johnson in Indianapolis, a long-time store owner, great guy, wife owned store in Indianapolis. People get sick, uh, and you have to depend on them. Okay, but if you have the right processes, the right procedures, they will take care of your base. They will take care of your store. Your store will be fine. This will be an inconvenience. Okay, an inconvenience versus immobilized. This is many of you have compared it to me, okay, as COVID. Okay, this was as scary as COVID. Now I would argue this was less scary because it had a definite end. Okay, I pretty early on, back on an extra day than I thought. It happened pretty early on that this is going to be a week outage. Okay, and but the way these people work, I mean, I don't know how they're standing. I mean, I really, really don't know how they're standing because I know how tired I am. And I didn't do anywhere near what they did during this. Okay, but that is the kind of commitment uh, thing that they have. But what I'm telling you is there will be disruption. There will be other things. There will be plague, famine, uh, floods, hurricanes, disasters, fires, cars to your door, whatever. Okay, I mean, the list goes on of things that can happen. Okay, you can't um, do everything. You can't have a completely different location in case somebody drives through your front door. You can't have a completely other system for this. You can't have three internet connections. One or two of them go down. Okay, there's a law of practicality here too, but you can have procedures that cannot rely on the system. Okay, but they're following the process. Following the process. Getting out the pen because things will break. Okay, and for as bad as this was, it wasn't as bad as what some of you been through. Some of you lost your Facebook page. Okay, I mean, Michelle, I'll use your example. I'm speaking from love. Okay, because I love you. It would be bad for your business if your Facebook page went away tomorrow. Hey, Carrie, how are you? It would be bad. It would be bad for your business. That risk is real. The risk is real that you could lose your Instagram tomorrow. You could lose your Shopify could get hijacked. Okay, all these things are real. Okay, knocking on some wood. I am sorry. I am sorry. I know people, Michelle. You're protected. I know some people. You're protected. But those risks are real. Okay? How do you mitigate risk? You mitigate risk with knowledge, you mitigate risk with power. Okay, you mitigate risk with procedures and policies so that they are in place. Okay, I mean, that is why, I mean, it is funny, not funny, that our April workshop was all about this. Okay, all about this disaster risk. Uh, the numbers we talked to, and we used the example at our October workshop of losing your Facebook page. What would you do? How would you solve it? How would you reach your customers? You could no longer not only lose your Facebook page, but you no longer do anything on social media. What would you do? So that is that kind of challenge. That is that kind of challenge. That is what I'm looking for. Okay, so yeah, our April workshop, but I'm not pumping it. Money off of that, I'm pumping it because I want to think of disruption. I want you to think of things that disrupt your business, and I want you to think of a plan to get around it. Disrupt your business. How do you move around it? It's a detour, people. It's just a detour. How do you detour your business around whatever disruption happens? Okay, that is where you find freedom. If you want to handle of every disruption, I mean, then you've got a problem. I mean, people laugh because they're like, "Oh, your cell phone. If your cell phone was ever stolen, they would return it and say, "Oh, I'm sorry." But it doesn't phase me. I don't know, did I talk about this? I had a doctor's appointment this past week. I had a doctor's appointment during the week this week, early in the week. I forget what day. It must have been Tuesday or Wednesday. And my doctor's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, my blood pressure." She's like, "Yeah, your blood pressure is phenomenal. It's better than it's ever been. It's better than it's ever been because I'm made to deal with other people's stress. Okay, I'm made to deal with things that stress other people out and wig other people out. That calms me. I find calm in the storm. Okay, calm in the storm. And I want you to have your calm. I want you to have calm. Because that is your business should be peace. Your business should bring you peace and joy. And to pick on Michelle again, I'll pick on you again, Michelle, because again, I love you. Okay, it should allow you your time with your grandbabies if that's what you want to do. Okay, it should allow you to be hours away from your business. Okay, okay, in a whole other area to be with your grandbabies and not worry about your business. That is creating a business, not a job. And many of you today still have a job. Many of you today still have a job, and I want you to have a business. I want you to have a business. I want you to have an amazing business that does not depend on you, that does not depend on one system, that does not depend on your internet working or your power working or anything else. Isn't it a lovely life, Michelle? I mean, I love the life that you have created for yourself. You worked for it. You didn't have that a few years ago. You didn't have that a few years ago. You worked towards it. You worked towards it because I made you put a picture up. I made you put a picture up of what was important. With Miss Avery. Okay, that was what was important. Okay, and that's where your heart deserves to be. That is where your heart deserves to be. And you created the business that's allowed you to be there. That's what you need, people. You are more than one system. Okay, you are more than one system. So think about that. Think about hey, okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, Michelle. Rome wasn't built in a day. If it was, we would hire them to run your business. Okay, it was not built in a day. But anything worth doing uh, is worth the effort. Okay, it's not easy. Great things aren't don't come easy. Okay, there's not an easy button for life or business. If it was easy, any poor schlock could do it. People that work for you could do it. People that work for you can't do it themselves. And I know the people that work for you. Okay, or they can't do it today. They can carry out what you provide to them. Okay, they can carry out one of the systems you put in place. Okay, but they can't take ownership of it and run it as a business like you do. Okay, they can't be the owner. They just can't. And so I'm committed to you to get you to your next level because that's what you reflect from this. You take a breath and you reflect from this and you say, okay, how? Okay, because you take a breath from it and you say, okay, Angie, you dealt with life and death, literally life and death, and all the stuff. Okay, how do you create a procedure that everybody can follow? How do you create a procedure that any calm person can come in, take the call, and know that there wasn't somebody there to help them? Okay, okay, when you're on that 911 call, there's not somebody else there to help you. Okay, and while I was calm for many of you during this year, okay, uh, that fire hose, okay, it can do this. You can create the store of your dreams. Your store should be a blessing. Uh, it is not made overnight, as Michelle says. But your business and your store should be a blessing to you, your life, and your family. And it should allow you to do your dreams, whatever your dreams are. Your dream may not be Avery and Avery Finley, whose name I forget right now. But it should allow you to do that and allow you to live and run a business with dignity, treat your people with dignity, and provide them a life that they deserve, and run an amazing business. You've got that. You can do it. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. And I have faith in you to support this industry. Okay, from top to bottom, I've had conversations with them all. I've had conversations with Emporia people this week. I've had conversations with Liberty people. I've had conversations with people at Simple Design this week. I've had conversations up and down the retail ladder this week. Okay, and everyone is committed to the success of resale, and you have to commit to the success of yourself. Commit to the success of yourself. Set yourself free with freedom. Okay, and you can do this. Yes, you can. You know what else you can do? You can watch this video and everything I talk about, this video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, ring the bell. Ring it. You know the little drop. You can also share it with everybody you know in business. The butchers, the bakers, the candlestick makers, you know everybody. Everybody run a better business. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at more 8-ish. Sunday and Wednesday at more 8-ish. If you have a question, please email me, Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. We are also this week, you will find Angie and I at on Tuesday on Emporia's educational webinar series. If you are an Emporia customer, we will be on that on Tuesday. I want to say it's noon, but Angie puts times on the calendar so I'm not late. So I'm not really, it's somewhere around noon Eastern on Tuesday. But you've all seen that in your inbox as well. And that's a free educational webinar. I know a lot of people are registered for it and looking forward to seeing you there. We start this program every night with a year of positive thinking because it is about being positive, okay? Because positive is a mindset. It all starts up here, people. I started the program with the 25th of February. I'm going to read you tomorrow's positivity today. A thousand mile journey begins with a single step. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your ideal life. First, you have to begin exactly where you are, and one step leads to another, which leads to another. Know that sometimes there may be 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. Be patient with yourself. Take your time, walk slowly, and trust that with each step you are making progress on your 1,000 mile journey, whatever it may be for you. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abram. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a make it happen freedom party in April. The 23rd. You can find out all about it at nextlevelresale.com. Until then, and until Wednesday at 4 a.m. So that you, but most importantly, you. Yes, I'm talking to you way back there. Yeah, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. It's time for dessert. Make it a great week.